Hello everyone, this is Dan with yet another Minecraft tutorial, and today we'll be looking at nanofarms. Now, a brief explanation of what a nanofarm is. In simplified terms, it is a very condensed redstone modernized invention that allows you to harvest wheat / potatoes / carrots on a single block in a very nicely, densely packed package, instead of having fields and fields that you have to work on. Alright, so the way it works is you just stand here, start planting, and it uses bone meal to outgrow whatever you're planting, and yeah, produce it and you're collecting it. Very simple, use up 3 bone meal for every single item you plant, so do understand it uses a heck of a lot of bone meal, so if you don't have a skeleton farm, I would definitely suggest you get one. I would definitely suggest you get one in any case, because it is a very helpful thing to have in your world. Alright, now nanofarms have been around for a while, and actually the configuration with the hoppers, chests and dispensers and the moving block is something I got from XisumaVoid, who already has a tutorial on this for quite some time. But yeah, anyway. The redstone portion is the one that is different, and substantially different, let's say. And the reason for this is that in here there is this clock that is completely customizable. It's got 3 repeaters that you can set to however long you can. So at the moment there's 3 ticks here together. You can set it to 12, I believe, in here. And the reason what it does is when you go over here, as you notice, the block moves a lot slower now. So you plant it, and as you can see, the farm is working a lot slower. Now, why would you want to slow it down the speed of production, you ask? Isn't the entire point of this to get items to you all in a fast manner, with, you know, as fast as you can possibly get? And the problem you come across is that, yeah, it's the entire thing with servers. As you can hopefully understand, the server is far, far away, usually, from where your client is, client being you. So when you tell it to plant something, your computer picks it up and sends it off as a message to the server saying that, okay, so this player has planted something. Do whatever needs to be done with that. Handle it. So the server, sometime later, and the server can be halfway across the world, picks up that message and goes, okay, so at the moment, and note that some time has passed between that. Alright, so at the moment that piston is actually in the middle of moving, so I can't let you plant that. So what happens is, on a server, you plant the stuff and you get that single item back. There isn't enough time for the bone meal to work its magic. So what you do is you go down here and you increase the timings here so that it actually gives enough time for the server to handle it, even with the lag that happens. So unless you're experiencing exceptional lag where you place a block and that block doesn't actually appear there until several seconds later, and you can actually check this by, if you get yourself a tool and start mining a block, and the block disappears and a couple seconds later disappears and or appears and disappears again, that means you're experiencing exceptional lag, and yeah, this wouldn't work for you. But in normal cases, you know, with the server client connections working in a normal manner, this will work, and yeah. So just change this to be whatever works for you. So you want it to be as fast as possible, so as little delay here as possible, while still allowing you to plant this and get the bone meal working on both levels. You can actually check that by moving off to the side and seeing if there's the green sparkles down on both levels. So if there are, it's working fine. If there isn't, that means only one level is working, or worse, none of them are. And if you don't get enough items fast enough, you're probably having problems as well. Anyway, that's enough for this. Let's get over to the portion that you're hoping to get to, probably, which is the tutorial. Incidentally, this is 5x6, 5 high size. XisumaVoid, which was the original design, was actually 5 by 5 and 6 high. So it's actually the same, I just needed it a bit longer than his. Anyway, so here we go. This is a 5 by 6 area. 2 blocks down, so we're assuming you're standing here and walking around, so this is going to be the level you're going to be standing on when you're doing the planting. This is the entrance here, so place a block down and 2 blocks up, like so. Down at the bottom here, you place a sticky piston, and it has to be a sticky, and a dirt block right on top of there. Then place 3 blocks like so, and it doesn't really matter because we'll be destroying those blocks in just a bit. We just need them so we can place these dispensers at the sides like so. 2 high, 6 of them arranged like that. Break those 3 blocks. And next you want to get hoppers and just feeding into each of these dispensers like so. Yeah, like that. Then you want to get chests and just put them on top like that. So you've got a double chest for each one. You can go off right now and get your bone meal to fill up all of that. And at the moment it looks exactly the same as XisumaVoid's design, and that's because so far it is. Here comes the redstone, and this is the part which is a lot different. You're going to need redstone repeaters, redstone comparators, a pressure plate, half-stone slabs, and a regular block that you're going to be using. Alright, so place the pressure plate there, and on this staircase we go with redstone and lead it down, like so. It goes into a comparator set on subtraction mode with redstone in a circle like so. Then we put a block here. Actually, remove that block that is not supposed to be here. So 2 blocks like that, block here, and block up like so. On this side, we will put a block here and a half stone leading like that. Then redstone repeater on these 2 sides, redstone dust on those 2 levels, redstone dust down like that with a simple ladder. And this portion is done. When you turn this on, it creates a 1-tick pulse, which goes into here and feeds into here. This one feeds these 2 and those 2 dispensers, whereas this one feeds into here, which feeds just those 2, meaning all 3 are fed, and because of the repeaters, they're fed at exactly the same time. Note that you do need repeaters because otherwise this connects directly, meaning that the central ones don't get fed. Alright, coming over to the side, go down into a comparator set on subtraction mode, which goes off as redstone dust, redstone repeater into the block, then redstone dust at this side into 2 redstone repeaters, and coming back around into the comparator. This is the clock that you want to customize to fit your server, so you want to set it to whatever works for you. Alright, that's more or less the farm done. You just need it with the bone meals, and let's provide the water in here. So place a block there, place block there and around there. Let's cover up this side, so same thing here, except for that hole is filled here. And you want half slabs on there and there. You can't use full blocks because otherwise the redstone won't connect, so you do want half slabs like that. Then you want to grab some water, and actually let's get a fence. Before I forget, you want a fence right there, and the reason for this is so you can't fall down into there. Then fill this hole with water, and you only need this one to be filled, not 2 of them as in several other designs, because this one actually works for when it's in the bottom position and in the top at the same time. So no matter what position it's in, it's going to be hydrolyzed, or whatever the word I'm looking for is. Alright, now you say there's a problem because you can fall down into here and there's water here. For water, you can wall this off, so it's just a passageway in, cover up the top. Remember that you can only put half slabs or, non-solid, not completely solid blocks, because otherwise the chests won't open. Right, so that's all up to you. Wall off these sides, and we just have this to take care of. Remember, we are in 1.6, the glorious area of carpets, so you can actually place a carpet right there and everything works fine. If you don't want these here, you can access these chests when you're right on the spot, so it doesn't matter if you completely wall it off, or, you know, put staircases up or half slabs or whatever. Anyway, if you don't want any of that, you can actually just carpet this entire area. You can't place a carpet directly on water, but you can if you have got a block to the side, so you can just place it against the block, which puts it right there. So there you go. There's the farm done. Please note that before you plant anything, you do need to actually make it into farmland. So just grab a hoe and turn it into farmland. And that's it for this build. Very simple, quite elementary, but very powerful, because with this, as long as you've got enough bone meal, you can get yourself stacks upon stacks of food items, carrots, potatoes, and wheat. Note, I believe it only works for those three. But yeah, other than that, if you need a huge amount of them and have bone meal to spare, this is exactly what you want to build. And as I already mentioned, it's multiplayer friendly, so even with server lag, it takes account of that. So you just, if it's not working for you or going slightly slow, you may want to go here and increase the time. Definitely helps. I found it helped, so maybe it'll help you as well. Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, hope you liked it. You know, like, subscribe, leave a comment, all of the fun stuff.